Qatar has now received an invitation from Saudi Arabia to attend the emergency regional talks to discuss mounting tensions between Iran and the US. Riyadh had called two gatherings, one for Arab League members, the other for Gulf Cooperation Council regional bloc. Nations after a spate of attacks, several tankers in Gulf waters were targeted under mysterious circumstances, and a Saudi crude pipeline was also hit by drone strikes coordinated by Yemen rebels, who Riyadh said were acting on Iranian orders. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain and Egypt have imposed an economic and diplomatic boycott on Qatar since June 2017. This was over allegations that Doha supports terrorism and is cozying up to a regional foe, Iran. Qatar has so far denied the charges. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump has said that he would back the Japanese Prime Minister's efforts to open communication with Iran, citing Japan's good relations with the U.S. nemesis in West Asia. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is considering a visit to Iran next month amid rising tensions between Tehran and Washington over Iran's nuclear program and destabilizing activities in the region.
Invited President Trump and Madam First Lady yesterday.
I do believe that Iran would like to talk, and if they'd like to talk, we'd like to talk also. We'll see what happens. But I know for a fact that the Prime Minister is very close with the leadership of Iran, and we'll see what happens. That would be fine. Nobody wants to see terrible things happen, especially me.
Trump, who said that he is open to having a dialogue with Iran, has sought to downplay the fears of the military conflict, but the Iranians have said that they have no interest in communicating with the White House. Trump has imposed tough new sanctions on Iran, which are crippling its economy. Late last week, he announced the deployment of 1,500 U.S. troops to the region amid escalating tensions in the region.
ما همزمان با هر گونه تلاشی برای جنگ، چه جنگ نظامی چه جنگ اقتصادی، علیه مردم ایران با قدرت و با استقامت مقابله. پیشنهادهای متعددی رو جمهوری اسلامی برای گفتگو و همکاری و حتی انعقاد توافق عدم تجاوز با همه کشورهای حوزه خلیج فارس مطرح کرده و این پیشنهادات کماکان روی میز.
It seems justice is being straight up denied or being cut short in this case for the families of the 10 Rohingyas who were brutally killed in 2017 by Myanmar military. Reports say that the 7 Myanmar soldiers who were jailed for the Rohingya killings have now been set free after less than a year in prison. How long was their jail sentence? It was for 10 years. To give you some perspective, the 2 Reuters reporters who had uncovered the killings spent more than a year in jail. Remember, the reporters were later featured in Time magazine as part of the Guardians who were named the Person of the Year. The military had accused the 10 Rohingya men at the Indian village of being terrorists, but the men had said that they were farmers, high school students, and one of them had said that he was an Islamic teacher. According to one of the prison officials, the punishment for the 7 Myanmar soldiers was reduced by the military. It was said that the prisoners were also visited by the military men at Rakhine's prison. Other prisoners have also revealed that the convicted soldiers were given beer and cigarettes while inside prison, which was clearly off limits. The military spokesperson has declined to comment on the matter. The Myanmar's State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi spokesperson has also declined to respond on the release of the 7 soldiers. The 7 soldiers were the only ones who were ever punished for the 2017 operation in Rakhine. The operation drove more than 730,000 Rohingya Muslims to flee to Bangladesh. The UN investigators have said that the 2017 crackdown was executed with quote-unquote genocidal intent. It included mass killings, gang rapes, and the use of widespread arson by the Myanmar military. Myanmar has always cited the punishment of the 7 soldiers to stress on the point that the military does not enjoy impunity. The early release of these soldiers now is in sharp contrast to the treatment that is given to the journalists and political activists, for example. Myanmar is known to have thrown activists behind bars for criticizing the state.